Yo, what is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back. We are here to discuss the final two episodes of Bel Air. Got Danny in the house and got my boy Brian in the house as well. Thank you guys for coming. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
I've been excited to talk about this for a while. Like it's been like killing me.
These last two episodes were fire. And I'm just gonna say this before we started. I called it. I called it. When we gonna get into a lot of the stuff that I called in this episode or these two episodes, but I definitely called it. Well,
A
first
lot of
up,
stuff that we
Danny.
said is going to happen. It's going to happen next season. You know, was what Jeffrey going to have to go on a killing spree. He's going to have to go.
Hold on. No.
It's been done. It's happening.
We are going to get into that too. Don't worry. We're gonna discuss the killing part because I know. Anyways, Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on the Road to Wisdom on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me here on Tuesday when we're breaking down certain shows. Wednesday on the Hangout tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Sunday 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on Storms Live.
And Brian, where can they find you, sir?
Hey, I'm part of the Spoiler Kings. We're on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 to midnight. And then I do my sports thing all the time. It's the Dynasty Pylon. I'm actually going to do one tonight. And then we do it Wednesday and Sunday morning right before getting you ready for football.
Man, I can't even get on you because the Bears won their first game. And I was looking at the scores today. I was like, oh, the Bears won? Dang, man.
Yeah, but we didn't score any offensive touchdowns. The only reason your team won is because of our quarterback. So you definitely got to put some respect on our names.
I hear this guy now. No, because we have the best coach in the NFL, with Mr. Mike Tomlin. That is why.
Hands down. He is the best.
You see, Danny? Someone agrees with me. Danny, laugh. Danny, what's your name for Mike Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. Now it's
Think about Uncle Tomlin.
There we go.
Oh man, Mike Tomlin. He's the one coach I'll run through a brick wall for.
I say he's the best black coach. I ain't gonna say
he's the best coach.
Never
I'll run through a brick
season?
wall for that man.
Hands down, bro. I'm right there with you. You know, we were discussing backstage about Tim Duncan and Popovich. And
I run around a brick wall for him. I ain't running through no brick wall. Hey, man, last night, 49ers them suckers look invincible. They look like they can start doing this because they ain't had their best player and they still was beating up on Jets. I know the Jets was the Jets supposed to have a superior top 10 defense, but it didn't look like it last night.
They're really good in the regular season. Really, really good.
I'm just saying, boy. Barring injuries, I think they're gonna get over the hump. Barring injuries, because I love Deebo Samuel, but one good thing is that he shaved maybe about 20, 30 pounds. He looks a lot slender, but I don't know whether his body can take that pounder with the less muscle. But that guy that backed up McCaffrey, buddy, whoo,
he's gonna get hurt. No, and every running back in that offense always does well. We forget before McCaffrey got there. You know, they all do well.
Yeah, but see, they signed Ayuk.
Yep.
Then they got back I can't think of the defensive player.
So all they really needed was you need Trent Williams. Without Trent Williams, the entire offense doesn't work. So
I'm telling you, bro. I ain't a 49ers fan, but they look pretty strong to me last night. I was like, oh, this gonna be a long season.
Kansas
they
City
win.
The Eagles look pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot about Patrick Mahomes.
Oh no, we ain't forget about Patrick Mahomes.
That team looks amazing.
Patrick, the defense look better, but I think Kelsey got doggone. He I don't think he focused on his game. He got Swift poison in his veins now because he didn't look like the Kelsey from 2 years past.
That's true.
Mahomes always start off slow, but then in the post season, he always found a way to win. So
you do know that team they were killing. They were throwing the ball left and right. They got that fast receiver. Oh my God, he was killing it. I mean, killing it. That team is going to be special.
I'm gonna tell you, if a boy didn't get hurt, man, Love he got ice in his veins. That brother don't get.
I'm glad.
Nothing.
Glass. I hate him.
I don't want nobody to get hurt now. I don't want nobody to get hurt.
I don't want him to get hurt permanently.
Just enough to keep them out for a while.
You get messed up.
If you're good, you're good. I gotta get a deal to do.
Nah, man. Right. After that, the Green Bay.
So before we get into it, I just wanted to say, as we know, James Earl Jones passed away yesterday. Showed that little video at the beginning. Rest in peace to James Earl Jones. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people know him for Star Wars, but for me, I'll always remember his role in Conan, bro. That was fire. I don't care what anybody says. That role was.
I remember when I think of James Earl Jones, I of course come with Darth Vader. Then my second thing is Mufasa.
Yeah, that's it.
First two things come to me. Then Conan is okay. I mean, he was cold in Conan. I'm not going to deny that. And then we changed that snake. I was like, man, this sucker here got all kind of superhuman, supernatural power. But I was always fixated doing Conan, the Arnold Schwarzenegger part of it, and Red Sonja. I was always more drawn to the heroes versus the villains.
Absolutely. But go back and watch that movie, Dan, and you'll realize how good he really was in that movie, man.
Come.
You know?
Yeah. I ain't jumping off this cliff. I don't care what you tell me to come up. I know that happen.
No, Fences is the best thing I saw James Earl Jones do. Fences, that play, when the thing that Denzel got all the Oscars and all that stuff, he did a better job. James Earl Jones commands it. He's 6'2". He was 240 back in the 50s. Like, the dude is it. You know, James Earl Jones is amazing. And then Field of Dreams, when I really think about stuff.
Field of Dreams was good too. But hey, man, I thought Viola Davis killed it in that Fences. And
that's the newer one.
Yeah.
The one that back in the 80s.
Tell him about she got dreams too. Oh yeah. Man, I wanted to cry on that one, boy.
I haven't seen James Earl Jones one, but the Denzel Washington one was really good, man. Really enjoyed that one. So
we had to watch it in high school. It was so good that it was something we studied.
Nice.
Man, we had to watch what's that one with all the stars where they got it was like all those Rob Lowe and God, what was that thing?
I know.
You had to read that book. Ralph Macchio, all on cats. I think Patrick Swayze. It was something about gangs or something. You had to read that in the 8th grade.
Was it Red? No, not Red Dawn. Not Red Dawn.
No, it's
something
Warriors.
No, it's something kind of like Warriors.
I got you. Well, while you think about that, we are going to get into these final 2 episodes of Bel Air, and I thought they were really good. Let's get your overall thoughts. Go ahead, Danny.
Oh, A+. Like I told Alonzo, it was 8 episodes, right? Yeah, he saw 7, but I saw 7 and 8. When I saw 8, the last 10 minutes of 8, I was like,
oh, you mean 9? 10. Sorry, there's 10 episodes.
10 episodes?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
When I saw 10, I was like, this right here ain't happening. And boom. This right here ain't happening. And then boom. This right here ain't happening. And then boom. I mean, 4 booms back to back. I was like, oh my Lord. Hey, they did their thing on this. This is by far, I'm trying to say, who I like better. I think I like this a little bit better than House of Dragon.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
The,
I can see
the
that.
finale, maybe not the whole show, but the
Uh-huh.
finale was more pleasing than the finale on House of the Dragon.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
House of the Dragon was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
But far as like keep your attention, yeah, Bel Air did it.
Absolutely. And they did a lot of things. Like one thing that I first let Brian go. Brian, your thoughts first before I get into mine.
I thought episode 9 was cool, seeing all the reveals that we saw. The Amira storyline was crazy. Frederick with the whole make his safety. The side story with Jazz really hit home. Like I really understood that, and that was crazy. And then seeing Carlton, not knowing if Carlton was going to make it, was huge. And then Black Cess, and you know, with that curveball they threw at us with that, I was like, what? Really? He's the one? You know, and you know, it's just then the Hillary thing. I told you that was gonna happen with Hillary.
What's that, Danny?
Is he
the guy in Black Cess? He acting kind of funny.
Well, he's the one that was in love with Lisa.
I know, but he acting like he going for the team. At least to me, he did. I don't know.
I think he just came in there trying to mess stuff up. He tried to put color. He wanted to take out the crown logo.
Yeah, and then the color was rainbow. Like,
that's what was weird. I was like, so what? Really? That's what we're gonna do, guys?
Yeah, exactly. You know. So one thing I did like, because I did enjoy both episodes, but that scene where Will is talking to Uncle Phil, and he's like, Uncle Phil, I didn't want you to think I was the same guy that came from Philly, is the exact same thing that Will said to Uncle Phil in the last episode of the original series.
Yep.
I was like, that was a beautiful touch to put in there. It was so good to put it in there to do that, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, go ahead.
They definitely paying homage to the original, which is, and they're doing it tasteful.
Yes.
Bringing back the originals was good. The interaction between the two Vivians I thought was good. The interaction between the two Jeffries was fire. So,
and the interaction between the two Ashleys, because they had a little interaction too,
the
right?
Teacher and student
She
thing.
was the teacher.
Yeah. So they're on point so far. How they doing it?
Do you guys think we see Will Smith in next season?
No,
I don't think we see. I think we see him in the final season.
I think
it'll be something along the lines. You remember how in the movie where he was the guy and his little boy, what was the name? And he was so poor and he finally made it.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. You know, at the end how Will passed the real guy.
Yeah.
I think you may see something like that between Will on the show and Will Smith.
Yeah. I think you could do something like that. I actually thought about maybe him having a little role, because it seems like all the old characters are interacting with the new characters, so he would have to interact with Will for them to do that, right? But I'm more like you. I think it would be better if he just did a pass by at the last episode, gave him a nod,
and let's say Will make it big, whatever he's doing with his Black Cess, and he goes into his meeting and the investor, whatever, maybe Will Smith.
Maybe that. I thought that's what was going to be Alfonso Ribeiro. I thought that's his role will be the next season. I don't know if Will's going to do it, because Will's biggest thing was about Bel Air, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, was James Avery, right? And I don't think he wants to be in it without James Avery being in it. So maybe season 5 you do something with the old Aunt Viv, you know, because they're trying to repair their relationship, because he's already involved in a lot of this stuff. I don't know if you actually see him in Bel Air. But I do. Alfonso, I think it's going to happen. I think the old Aunt Viv is going to happen. But I'm not sure if we're going to see Will Smith there. Because he's Will Smith. No matter what he's doing, he's always Will Smith.
I had a role for Aunt Viv. I was like, what if Aunt Viv is the mother of the gangster that kidnaps Will, right? Because you know it was the father that died, and then the son took over. What if it's the mother that's you know what I mean, like behind all the things, and then he's gonna have an interaction with him. I was like, that would be interesting if they did that.
Maybe she would be Jeffrey's wife.
No, so the actual leader wasn't Jeffrey. That was his second hand.
I got you.
Yeah.
And so the actual leader's son's
Is
mother.
the one that's taking
I got
over. Yeah. Yeah. And he's the one that wants Jeffrey to come back, right? And again, I did call that. I said there is no way that that money is enough to gonna end it. I knew it. I just had a feeling, right? And it seems like the next season is going to be what I said. They're probably going to put all the family drama on hold, and they're all going to have to come together to try and help Will. Now, I thought it was going to be Jeffrey's son, so it being Will was kind of a flip for me. Right? I was like, okay, that's interesting.
You see this right? You know what this is right here, Anzo?
It's the
What's that?
silence. The silencer.
Put the silencer on the pistol, because that way you're gonna see Jeffrey turn
All
the
right.
It's gonna be
double-
taken. It's gonna be
double O-
taken, Anzo.
He's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be taken.
an old Negro next
So-
season,
He's
buddy.
gonna get on the phone. He'll be like, I
This,
don't know if you know who I am,
this is exactly why I want to have this
I
conversation,
got
right?
a
but I
specific
will
set
look
of
for you.
skills.
Uh-huh.
I will
Yes.
find you.
But you see, here's the thing, right? And I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it until they prove it. Jeffrey went to his son and said, I'm going to tell you the truth, right? When he went to his son, he told his son, I hurt people. He didn't tell his son, I kill people, right?
Anzo.
Now, if you hold on. Now, if you're
He
going to
told
tell
where all
the
the bodies are buried. That's what he told his son.
no, hold on. If you're gonna tell the truth, you're gonna put it all out there on the table. Where you're gonna say, "I killed people," but instead of saying "I killed people," he said, "I hurt people." Then
What
we
you
got a
think hurt
flash.
and kill? That's the same thing. That's a synonym, bro.
Yeah, you know,
Oh
he
no,
said he hurt their families because he killed those people.
Yeah.
no. He said he hurt. He said he hurt people. He didn't
Yeah,
say he killed people. There's a difference.
you on that same strain, Eli boy. You better get off of that.
I'm sticking to it, right? Because listen, we have all these characters in this show, right, where they're like tottering on being bad. You know, Will Smith with his problems, Carlton with the drugs. You know what I mean? Aunt Viv and Uncle Viv with the almost cheating with each other, then the almost affair. So it's always this teeter totter between right and wrong. Why is it all of a sudden that Jeffrey can't be the same one teeter totter through right and wrong?
Because he already killed them.
He
Yeah.
killed one person.
They're already dead.
Killed one person. That's it. That's the only one I know about. If the when he tried and to be honest with you, it could have been self defense, right?
Bro.
He was trying to get away from the situation, and it was either
It
you or
was,
me.
it was self-defense. He was like, man, I gotta kill this dude because
I
he
am
messed with my
so
family.
happy that this is the first time that I'm not on the hill by myself. But Anzo, you on that hill all by yourself,
It's okay.
bro.
I'm gonna stick to that hill
He's
until we
backpedaling
got
so fast
yeah,
too. It's
no,
crazy.
100%. Until we have actual proof where he says he's murdered like more than that guy, then I'm gonna stick to my
I
guns and
can't
I'm gonna
wait.
say
I
no.
You're
can't
gonna
wait.
see Jeffrey in a room full of people, right? And then you're gonna see the next scene of him cleaning off this hammer, putting it back on the shelf.
Jeffrey is going to hurt people, right, to get Will back. But I promise you this: they will not show him kill anybody
They
when
might
the
not
time
show
comes.
it, but it's going to be
No.
heavily implied, brother.
He's gonna walk in with 4 men
Yes.
and a gun. You can hear 4 shots, and he's gonna be the only one that walks out.
Tony Robinson said it good. Jeffrey is a top shotter. That's exactly right, Tony.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't mean to kill anybody. He just and you just said it. He's gonna walk in there with 4 people, and the 3 people are gonna do the shooting, and Jeffrey's gonna walk out. You
Wow.
understand? 'Cause Jeffrey's
He's
the
gonna
boss.
shoot all 4 people. You hear 4 shots. Pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk out.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be Jeffrey. Jeffrey's gonna walk in with 4 people, right? Because he's gonna have a crew. You know what I mean? He's gonna
No, he's
walk in
gonna
with
walk
four
with 4
people.
people, and he's gonna kill all those 4 people. He's the
Stop.
only one walking out.
So we also called. I think you called it more than we did. Lamar dying. Go ahead.
That Hillary, will you marry? I saw that coming a mile away. And then the tension between Jazz and Hillary, you knew Jazz is definitely in love with her. Called her out and all this stuff. She lied to Lamar saying, I only love you. So you know that lie was setting up something. And then when they're on their honeymoon, you knew after she tried to get him to sign a prenup, you knew this stuff was going to happen. And he just didn't wake up. And I think first thing we're going to do is see him being rushed to the hospital and him being, gone. He has to deal with being a 24-year-old widow.
Yeah, 100%. And I also called Jeffrey leaving at the end of the season. I called that too. I said, you know what? I think they might have Jeffrey leave at the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like his last episode, and then obviously he's gonna have to come back in the next episode. And they're like, yeah, it sounds like you're right, and they
Did you really
actually
leave
did
if you never left LA? You got to
it.
LAX and had to turn back around.
That's a good point too. Like, yeah, right. Like you said, did he actually get out of town? Because it's going to be like a short trip, right? But then
Yeah.
again, it may take them a little bit to find out Will has been kidnapped, like a day or two. So maybe he didn't actually get, because maybe they'll show him in the airport about to leave, and then he gets the call. Hey, Will's missing. Blah 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 blah. You
I
know.
I
So,
think they sent him a picture of Will.
oh, they might
And
do
he had
that
to
too.
they show him that, and Jeffrey tells him he gets Frederick, gets his mom all set up. All right, I gotta go.
Because if
Finish
they
business.
didn't plan to leave, it would have been his son, right? But I guess because they bounced,
It's
it
only
ended up
because
being Will.
Will decided to go visit the apartment.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. And then when he got there and he seen everything was empty. So, yeah, Danny, what did you think about Lamar's death?
I knew it was coming. As soon as she got up out the bed, I said, "Yeah, he gonna be dead."
Hmm.
As soon as we get back, and I was Lamar grew on me this episode.
Me too.
A good man. You realize he's a good man overall.
Hmm. When he got mad for Jazz being there, I was like, yeah, you got a good point. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Oh
I ain't
yeah,
mad at you for that.
that
You
was
know?
so stupid. Why, like he had to be the only one to give. He could have passed it on that ring on to Ashley, whatever, slide it to Hillary and be done with it. But Jazz, he meant to do that.
No, you know what I
Yeah.
thought was gonna happen? I thought we are gonna get a different world.
Oh,
Said, does
please,
Oh yeah.
Manny,
anyone?
please,
Yeah, does
please.
Yeah.
anyone want that? And he's like, "Do you, Will
Yeah.
Hillary?
Yeah.
What do you say?"
Yeah. I thought because I even said I was like I don't think they're actually gonna get married. I thought something was gonna stop them from actually getting married. And then when they got married, I was like, oh, okay, so they actually did the marriage. And I said, well, then he's gonna die. We all knew he was gonna die because this show is hands down taking beats from the original series, like without a doubt. Even with Vivian being pregnant at the end, I
At
was like,
the end,
I called that too. I said that date that they had, that's when she's gonna get pregnant. You know what I mean? And sure
imagine
enough,
she would have did the thing with the other dude, got
Oh
pregnant.
Lord, that would have been a mess. Ooh, that'd been a mess.
for real. Thank God they established that they didn't do that stuff,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Because and again, at the same time, I don't mind the fact that they did the little them like experimenting, but the fact that they didn't go through with it, I'm happy with that.
It's
What's
gonna
this
be,
then?
it's gonna be Jeffrey.
But
like
Except,
dynamite,
except he gonna be
dynamite.
killing people.
that's exactly yeah,
The punch is gonna
yeah.
be with a knife and a gun.
Yes, that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna, jab people in their throats, give them headbutts, punch them, beat them up, and that's what he's
With
gonna do. He ain't gonna kill
with a
nobody. He,
knife, Hanzo.
yeah,
Not
no,
like
he,
no
yeah,
hand, with a
yeah,
knife.
no, yeah, no, he ain't killing nobody. I did no, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Watch, we'll see. Well, we're gonna come back to this next
The
season. We'll
first
come back.
episode, we're going to be all on you about this.
I can't wait.
As he's
I
wiping
can't.
off his hand with all the blood.
When she said she felt nauseous, I
I
caught
caught
on
on immediately.
immediately.
Yep,
Yeah,
you did.
100%. Yeah, 100%. We had that feeling that she was going to be pregnant. Danny, do you still feel that the cliffhanger it was better than Infinity War? Cliffhanger,
No, no.
Danny? Oh, Danny's probably doing something. Yeah, because do you hear me?
No, I'm sorry. Say it again.
I was saying, do you still think that the cliffhanger is better than the one in Infinity War?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Really? Ugh.
Infinity War
Because on the
with
Infinity
them
War, we like
disappearing?
people with dust and that kind of stuff. But Infinity War, I say it's kind of similar, 1A, 1B, and I say this because like when they would start dusting, only two I really cared about was T'Challa and Spider-Man. The other ones, I was like, okay, they gotta split it up because some people gotta stay, some people gotta go. But man, when I saw the pregnancy, Will Smith, old boy dying, and what was the fourth thing? It was like back to
I
back.
mean, they bought the mall. That was boss.
Yeah,
That was so
yeah,
big that
yeah,
Uncle Phil did that. I was
yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
that's some
Behind
dish.
the mall, then you see the one that really hit me was like when she looked at the pregnancy test, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Then Will, the last one, then Jeffrey leaving, that letter that Phil was reading, while all that stuff was going on.
You still gotta think about
I was like, oh my God.
what's
Then,
going on with
then
Carlton.
they kind of did the thing with
Yes.
Ashley.
That Carlton thing, the Ashley now. Oh, I like girls. Oh, you now you like boys, huh? But the boy
Yeah.
gotta be like a girl. Like what? Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
too
think
messy.
I think Ashley has been the weakest link in the whole
She, I don't know,
since day one.
but that's consistent with the show because I don't think Ashley had a lot of shine on the original show. She had her
She
spots
did.
here. She had her spots here and there, but
So
she
at the beginning, she was the whole focus with Will. There was nothing but with her. That's why they had Tevin Campbell. They had all these young stars coming in dealing with Ashley. So Ashley was Will's shadow. So that
I
was
think
the whole connection.
I think they boosted her for a few episodes because she was trying to do that singing career thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's those
They
are
was trying
different
to,
seasons though. So
I'm
like the
saying,
first season they did that. Then the second season when he was trying to be a manager was that. And then the third season as she went to high school, she started becoming more of a woman. And then the fourth season when she started to date, that was a huge thing. I do believe in the fifth season that she wasn't a focus because Nikki became the focus.
Mm-hmm.
But those first four, she was the focus. And a lot of
I
was
thought it
where
was
the
more.
youth.
I thought the three that's carrying it was Will, Uncle Phil, and Carlton. Those are the main
100%.
three
No.
that got the
I'm talking about
shine.
of the others, because Hillary wasn't. She was only in half
Yeah,
the episodes in
yeah,
2, 3, and 4.
yeah.
She was only in
Mm-hmm.
half
Hillary is more or less there for like
comedic.
Comic
Just
relief.
visual,
Yeah, yeah.
dummy, and she looked good. I thought she was very attractive when I first saw. Like, man,
Mm-hmm.
then she went to Major
I agree
Payne.
with
I
that.
was
100%.
like,
But she was in the least amount of episodes other than
her and
the A
Jeffrey.
Viz because those are the
Yeah.
ones that had 2 different
And
roles.
I like the first Aunt Bear in the second. I just did.
Yeah, me too. Original Anthem. Yeah, I like the original Anthem better than the second one. And that's why I hope that she gets, you know, to come on and do something in this show because I think she had more of an attitude type of like
Mm.
Aunt Viv, like a real black woman attitude type Aunt Viv. You know what I mean? Like you don't mess with her.
The
And the other
second
one
was
was
more
kind of
prim and
soft
proper.
to me.
It was prim
Yeah,
and proper.
she was a little bit more softer to me. You know what I mean? Like she gave
Mhm.
that look whenever Carlton or any. Remember when they had them in jail, and she was like,
Oh yeah,
"Oh,
she's
you
like,
got
oh,
my
you got that
earring."
big on my. You will see something now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So I think that she's good. I hope she comes back too.
Man, I like
Um,
Tony. I like Tony Robinson last statement.
which one? This one here?
Yep.
Are they gonna play Wu Tang during Jeffrey's killing spree? You ain't even a Wu Tang fan, Danny, so you're not gonna really appreciate it anyway.
I appreciate that one.
I mean, you
uh,
could definitely hear it too. I could hear the
Mhm.
song.
it would be funny, but they could do that while he's just beating up on people. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be him killing them. So
Ooh,
we're
yeah.
definitely.
Well, I could hear him bring the pain by Method Man. I can hear that boy.
We also
Yeah,
so
that'd be fire.
another thing I wanted to talk about too, right? Because when they went to that little meeting, right, and they were talking about Amir, whatever, and everything what was going on with her. Will actually came out and said she was the only one that called her out on his bullshit and
That would be
really
disrespectful.
like stuck to
That
it, right? No, but what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. Like she's not this horrible person that she is. Like they don't even really portray her. It's just she has the drug problem, and the drugs
I
are
will.
what's
I
But
causing
will
she's
her
say
to
this
do.
also a
episode.
liar.
Yeah, because of drugs, though.
The needle moved a little bit to the positive, and she didn't look bad this episode. I have to give her that. I don't know whether they airbrush or whatever. I was like, she looked all right this episode. The other
Yeah, she was
She
episode,
cool.
always look all right, Danny.
no,
Yeah, I
she
thought
looked.
she always was attractive. I
Yeah,
Me
never thought that
too.
was a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, me neither.
It's her attitude makes her less attractive, but no, I thought
Mhm,
she looked fine.
mhm. But last week when we were talking, you weren't here, right? And Danny had a problem with her calling out Will and exposing all of that stuff during the. And I kind of said, "Pardon me."
Only point my good is look, Brian, my boy, you my boy. I've known you years. I've only known Brian 1 year. Brian started calling me out any kind of way. I'm like, hey, bro, we don't know each other like that. No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
If you say something, that's gonna hold more weight because we've been friends longer. If you just been a friend a minute, acquaintance, that's all different. You can talk to me and you my boy, but an acquaintance, no, the line
I
is much
think that's
short.
100% right what Danny said, because that's the problem I have. Like, of all people to speak to me, you don't know me well enough to speak to me like that. Now,
Exactly.
everyone else here knows me.
That's my problem with it.
You see, I agree with that. But this is like me, right? Me and Danny friends, you coming in here and you giving Danny, like you treating Danny a certain way. And I'm seeing you treat Danny this certain way, and Danny's not saying anything, but I'm like, yo, I can't take it anymore. Yo, Brian, I don't like the way you treating Danny. You know what I mean? That's why I
Mhm.
don't have a problem what she did, because she was actually looking out for her friend.
Yeah,
And
but
when you,
Lisa, she just met Lisa 15 minutes ago, so
Yeah,
she
but
don't know
nah,
that her either.
you met
bro,
each other at the same time.
hold on, but hold on. Let's not go there, because the first time me and Danny met, we were friends right away, and then we started doing a show like every day
I
that
don't know,
week.
but
You know what I mean?
the difference
So
is, but so it's more like this. It's like you guys known each other for a long time, right? You have a relationship, and I come in, I'm going to come and tell you about each other and tell it about your relationship, like you
Yeah,
know what's going on. Like I know exactly what's going on for this last 4 or 5
yeah,
years,
yeah.
right?
Then you
It's
called me
like
out
that.
and dirt all
I
on you,
exactly. Well,
and
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know the relationship you've
okay.
had. I don't know the ups and downs you've
but
been through. So who am I to talk?
but
Everyone
it's
else
obvious.
knows.
No. But what I'm saying is obvious in the show that they were getting close, right? They were hanging out. Just because they didn't show what they showed in the show, they were actually spending a lot of time together and talking.
100%.
You could
But
tell
it's
that, right?
only one
So that
summer.
Yeah,
right, yeah, yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
I said, you got to agree, disagree on that. Nah, bro, you gonna have to know me for a minute. There
You
ain't
haven't earned your
ain't no
keep.
new cat coming in here talking to me or you any kind of way.
Yep.
I
You
be
have to
telling, hey,
earn
look,
your keep. That's all.
if Brian was saying something true about you, even if I thought it was true, I'm like, nah, bro, and you ain't saying nothing. First thing gonna be me and you gonna have a conference behind off camera. Hey man, what you letting Brian talk like that? What's up? Oh, Danny,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If he says something else, man, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna let you know. So that first time it might slide, but you ain't gonna be asking me no questions about who is your first,
Right.
and
Mhm.
then still once you get that, the social cue should have been, man, maybe I need to stop. But what she did, she doubled down. She was
The
doing
Right.
all
problem
kind of
is,
Because
I also have a problem with Will saying, "Who do you think you talking about? What are you doing? None of
yeah.
this stuff. I don't know you well enough to pull you out like that. So why are you doing the same thing to me? I
and then
don't."
come check your girl, man. Mm-mm.
And
Right.
then
So
if she's doing those things, if she's doing those type things, and she's not offering anything about herself, everything she did say about herself was a lie. So now it's even worse because now you're asking someone else to reveal their soul while you're lying
Lying.
about
right.
everything through your teeth.
Right. That's where the problem lies, right? That's where the problem lies, that she wasn't being honest as well. But this is like saying, because Lisa wasn't checking her. Lisa didn't check her because Lisa agreed with the way she was feeling. Lisa just wasn't able to tell Will, right? So that's why she spoke up for Will. Now, if Lisa had been the one to say, hey, check it, but Lisa didn't. And not only did Lisa not um check it, she co-signed it when Will was like, "Oh, do you agree?" And she was like, "Yeah, well, I kind of didn't tell you anything about it because I didn't want you to feel
That
like
would
the
have
bad
called
guy."
me some issue with me and Lisa.
Right. So Lisa didn't check it either. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm saying that it's not as bad as what she did. The bad part is that she's not being honest with herself. But I'll also pull that to the drug part, her being embarrassed that she's doing drugs. Nobody else wants, Carlton's mom don't want to have her deal with Carlton if she's gonna have these situations. And when you're on those kind of drugs, yeah, you could do certain things and lie in certain things. So I blame it on the drugs. She is
But
going
she
to
was,
get help.
but she was using the same lie over
Yeah,
and
I
over
know, I
again.
know. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid. 100%. She wasn't.
And
She
then
wasn't smart with it at all.
then when Carlton found out, because he believed in her, going against his own family and his own friends, and the mom said, "Look, there never was a sister. What are you talking about?"
Yep.
And did he even
You see,
apologize to Will for that? I don't think he did.
yeah, he did. He did. But
About
that's where, because he went up to Will and he was like, "Yo, Will," when they were sitting at the table, because he was talking to Lisa first, and then Will came up and he was like, "Oh, Will, I needed to," and Will said, "No, it's cool, it's over with, right?" And
Mhm.
then I think another
I
time where
thought
they're
they got
walking.
mad back at Will again because Will was saying something about black access, and they're like, "Oh, this is still about you." Then Lisa got up and got mad.
Yeah. And then that's what they were walking. They were walking together, and then he said, "I sorry, I didn't mean to say all those things about your father and stuff like that." So he did apologize, but that's where Carlton was absolutely wrong too, because I didn't understand like the blaming of Will for doing that. Like you got to understand, like that's your girl. They're gonna be a little bit, iffy about telling you certain things, because some man will look at that and be like, "Yo, bro, what are you trying to do? Cause problems between me and a girl? You're lying, blah blah, this and that." You know what I mean? So they had to come with at a different angle. But Carlton went off, and that was a problem too. You know.
I mean, and think about it, Carlton went off with Drew too. So even with the whole Black Cess stuff,
Hmm.
seeing him go off and not being able to deal with any of that stuff, that's another problem with Carlton. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm
But
glad he was
now,
able to shake that monkey, but I thought he was gonna snort that coat in the car.
Me too.
I,
really, I knew he was gonna do
and
it.
then if life get too hard, I don't know if I trust Carlton yet. I don't know if he's strong enough to fight it off if life get too hard. I don't know.
That's why I knew he wasn't gonna do it, because I'm like, they're trying to portray Carlton as, a little bit stronger than he was, and his willpower and stuff like that. So I was like, at first I was like, boy, you better not smoke that. You better not sniff that, bro. You better not
When he
sniff
had that
that.
thing right there, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, he about to do it.
I was like, you better not sniff that. But then when he came into the meeting, you could tell that he wasn't like high, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I said,
Mhm.
okay, he didn't do it. And then they showed later on that he didn't do it, but I was actually glad that he didn't do it. I think the stuff that's going on between, like with Will being kidnapped, it's going to cause so much emotions next season that it
Mhm.
might bring, like, people watching to tears. And I think these actors are good enough to portray that emotion, because that first episode where Carlton didn't want Will to go, I was like, yeah, that was a good job. He did
Can
a
I
good job on that.
can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Lou's going to die at the beginning of the season next year. Season 4. I think
Really?
Lou is going to risk his life for his son.
Hmm.
Ooh,
That
that
would
could
be
be interesting.
And Marlon Wayans is the right type of person to be able to portray those things and then see that sacrifice.
Hmm.
I think, and that's going to bring him even closer to his dad, and then that he's going to pick up basketball again because of that.
That's a good. That's.
that's a good theory.
Hmm. And we're gonna
Yep.
come back to this. We have these
Yep.
episodes on the internet, so we always can come back to say, you know what I mean? Like I said, okay, we said this is gonna happen, and then it did happen. Maybe they're watching the stream and taking ideas from what we talk about. Who knows? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because last we called almost everything that was gonna happen, and they did it. So I was like, oh, they're watching us. You know what I mean? They made a little bit of changes the week before, and boom, yeah, we're gonna do that. What those guys said, it was
But
good.
it was a little stuff like Will with his mom, right? And they're talking
Hmm.
about like, oh man, I didn't want to tell you about my dating life. She's been all over Philly doing all these
Hmm.
things, right? But
Uh-huh.
and then she says, you really helped me by me. Let's finish kind of closing that era with Luke, and,
Hmm.
and having that respect. I feel like that was foreshadowing when anytime something is good, they always take that good thing away. And
Hmm.
Will is now kidnapped. Who's going to be the one person who will risk his life more than anyone? Because Luke feels like he hasn't been there. He feels like he owes it. So he will do whatever it takes to try to get Will back. I feel like he does that. He dies, but it repairs Will's relationship with him, and he
So
will
you see,
always forget that. Or always remember that.
we just gave Jeffrey an out. So right, it's gonna be Lou and
No,
Jeffrey. That's
Jeffrey's gonna
gonna
kill
Uh,
go.
everybody, and
It's
then
gonna be Lou and
Will's
Jeffrey.
yeah.
Lou's gonna run in there trying to save Will because they're
Yeah.
gonna try to
Yeah.
shoot Will. He's
Yeah,
gonna
Lou
stop.
gonna be the casualty. Man, what you come
Uh,
here for, man? I had it taken care of, man.
um, what else? I think there was some other stuff. No, I think those were the most important things that happened in these episodes. Um, can't really think of anything. I was trying to find it so I could go through cues, but any other thoughts?
Um, I
This is
just
this is just a really good show, man.
yeah,
Hmm.
It was a very pleasant surprise.
Absolutely.
I will say this, Penelope. I understand Jeffrey. She's fine.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah,
fine as hell. I was like,
yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
a little
yeah.
mad at her,
you left
man,
her,
because she was setting him up though.
and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't even get mad. He didn't even get mad. He said, "We're still going off into the sunset together."
Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot. That's the part. Her setting up Jeffrey and Jeffrey knowing it. Like you see, Jeffrey's the smart dude, right? How would you feel if that was your girl though?
Well, the only thing that gave her some grace, that was her son. So if you're gonna make a choice between your child and your spouse, somebody on this panel already said they're gonna pick their child all the time. So you can't
100%.
be mad at her.
But here's the thing though, right? You know what type of dude Jeffrey is. She
She
should
know
have told
Jeffrey's
him.
a killer. She know Jeffrey's a
Yeah,
killer.
she should have told him.
Yeah, you see, he admitted,
Yeah.
Brad.
No, 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 no,
She
Yeah,
said
no,
he
no,
she
no,
did.
no,
knows
no, no, no,
Jeffrey's a killer.
no,
That's
no,
what
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
yeah,
just
no,
yeah,
no.
said.
yeah, yeah. She
Jeffrey is
killed him.
Jeffrey
That's
is
what you
not
just
a
said.
killer.
It's cut
Jeffrey
it.
is a bad man.
And I got
Jeffrey
it
is a
cut,
bad
buddy.
man. Jeffrey is a bad man. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Jeffrey is a bad man. But she knows the type of person Jeffrey is, so she should have told him. There shouldn't have been had to have been. She should have hey Jeffrey, this because not like you have the house bugged or anything to where they're watching you constantly, right? Said like, listen, Jeffrey, this is what happened. Boom, and then they could have set it up to where they were going, and you know what I mean. Like she didn't have to go behind Jeffrey's back.
Hmm.
That's what I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like you could have told him and you guys would have figured it out together. But instead she said, "Oh no, no, no," right? And acting like Jeffrey wasn't smart enough to find out like you've been with this man for so long. You know what he's capable of. You know he ain't stupid. You know you're not going to get away with it. So you should have just told him like, "Listen, they called Jeffrey, they called me up and they said blah 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 blah. I need to take you here, so let's do this." You know what I mean? And Jeffrey would have came up with a plan. So make it look like everything is cool. But at the end of the day, I didn't like that part. What about you, Danny?
I didn't either. Only pass I'm gonna give her because the son said in the previous episodes, if I gotta choose between you and her, it's gonna be her every single time. So
Hmm.
you gotta think like 15, 16, 20 years, whatever the different age is, they've been watching each other's back. So I could see it in my head
No, so
and
she
read it in
only
my
known her
heart.
for the last few years, right?
No, I'm talking about her son.
Yeah, she's only known her son for the last few years because she was made to give him up, Frederick up, and then she got in touch with him recently.
Oh, I thought they knew each other the whole time.
So she just recently she got in touch with him.
Mm,
So
yeah. So
that's one thing. And then the other thing, I feel like I love my wife, I really do, and I will use her to shield a bus to save my kids.
hmm
Wow.
Like so I would, and I would expect her to do the same thing for me. Like literally, I think that's your job. Your job is to protect your kids, not protect
hmm
yourself. And your significant other you can love, but the kids are the ones.
hmm
So and that's why I think Jeffrey didn't get mad because he already knows what he's done. And he respected it, and she knew when she said, "Oh, they just want to talk to you," but she knew it was going to happen. She would be
yeah, yeah.
sad, but she needed her son, and they
hmm
both were on that same page. So
A- and again, I hear what y'all saying. If that's a regular Joe like me, you, and Danny, yes. But this is Jeffrey we're talking about. You know what I mean? So there was no reason for her to keep it from him because she knew Jeffrey's main priority is the son as well, right? So it's like, listen, this is what happened. Blah 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 blah. They want me to take you here. Jeffrey would have came up with a plan. Okay, we'll go like we're going there, and then we'll because you know what I mean. Like, and even
I mean,
still.
that plan real quick for them to get away.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like they
Because
even said, "Oh,
he's always aware of his surroundings. That's why.
and 2 steps ahead,
Because he
right?"
told her, he
Mhm.
said, "Follow my lead if you want to." And then he said, "Do you trust me?" And she said,
hmm
"Yeah." Then if you want to get through this, follow my lead.
hmm But that's where, if you trust him, then you should have told him at the beginning. Now, I'm not wrong in there. I get it, like you guys said. But at the end of the day, I just feel like you could have told Jeffrey, right? You didn't have to keep that from him. So that was interesting. Um,
I got one question for you guys. How'd you
Right.
feel about the whole Hillary and Jazz having that day together right before the wedding?
I thought it was anticlimactic. They didn't do the nasty.
Oh. You see, here's the thing,
That's
right?
how to get out of my system. I know that sounds
I don't
bad, but
know. I think that might be is the emotional cheating. A lot of times is worse than the physical cheating. So that
Yes.
emotional, yes, I love you. Yes, saying that 5 days before they're both supposed to leave to go to this wedding. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and she slept there. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then ended up leaving the ring there. And I knew when she found out when she lost the ring, I'm like, okay, she left it at Jazz house. Like it was like foreshadowing that. But I'm just like, it's just another way to cause a little bit of drama. Like they didn't sleep together or anything. She didn't need to take off her ring. So how'd she lose the ring? You know what I mean?
And
Like
then, as big as that rock is, you gonna know it's not on your hand. That was just
facts,
a
Yeah,
plot device.
exactly.
facts,
And
exactly,
you
Danny.
like what Jazz says, I can hawk this and I have no more tax problems.
Facts. Facts. And then this guy got on a plane and got there like 2 hours before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, that's a coincidence that you were able to fly out, book a plane, jump on the plane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? The plane was leaving in 5 minutes as you
Dude,
get there.
and then
Like
going to Napa, you have to be able to take a plane and then a bus. Like, there's no direct
exactly.
flight to Napa.
You know what I'm saying? So he got there pretty quick. So like Danny said, just a plot device, you know what I mean? Caused a little bit of drama, but again, it was the final episode, so you had to have that drama there. But like I said, just the way they ended it with the baby, the death, the Will getting kidnapped. We had Carlton's girl going into rehab. So they kind of ended it like on a little nice tone, but then boom, put in that thing at the end to mess everything up for next season. So before Brian goes, because I know you got your show, let's get into our predictions for next season, our grades, and then we'll call it a night. Go ahead, Brian.
So first, I want to say I can't wait to see what they do, how they do end all this stuff. I still think that this Ashley thing is going to be something that's going to be revisited very soon in the next episode. So next season's episode with her and Eli, that's a storyline I feel like they
He
really
seemed
didn't wrap up.
he seemed creepy to me. Something creepy about him. I don't know if he's sincere or not.
Well, I mean, he just said I like boys and then say I like you. So you see, I think they're too young to even know that. So that's personal. I think people are too young when they're trying to make the decision to try and figure that out. But I think that's going to be a huge thing that they're going to really see. And then the next season, seeing Hillary, how she
Yeah,
reacts to this and
Yeah.
how social media reacts to her. And do they call her like the Black Widow?
yeah.
Because
Hmm.
you know, ever since he was with her, all of a sudden, first he passes out, and then next thing you know, he
Or
dies.
if them parents gonna feel some kind of way.
Wedding
Yeah.
night, the night of wedding, only honeymoon, he dies.
Yeah.
Was it you that did it? And all over social media, they're saying that. So her career ends, so she doesn't have a career path anymore because they can't do anything. And then Lamarcus being dead, she can't trust anyone else again, and she
Hmm.
also feels sad because of Jazz, or even guilty because of the whole Jazz thing. So,
Yep.
but regardless, this entire show has been this episode was great, and the season has been a 10. Like this has been a 10 out of 10. This has been perfect. I really think the drama was just enough to keep you on the edge of your seat without doing too much drama and feeling like it's soap opera-ish. So I really enjoyed this.
That's the thing that I like too. It doesn't feel like a soap opera. Some of these series like that, you feel like a soap opera where it's like a never-ending drama, but it doesn't feel like a soap opera. What are your grades for it? The last
Uh,
two.
So those are both A's. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I'm gonna go A plus for 9 and an A for 10.
Excellent. And what do you give the whole series?
And this is a definite A. This series has been so good. This season's been amazing.
Facts, 100%. Danny?
I can't disagree with anything Brian said. This is, like I said, I thought House of Dragon was number one, but this to me edges above House of Dragon a little bit because it stuck the landing for as the season finale, and I definitely give both these yeah, I definitely give episode 10 A plus, 9 A, and overall it's definitely an A. I would recommend anybody that is wants to watch good drama, whatever you want to classify this as, good TV, um, to watch this. I know some people are going to go in with that preconceived that nah, it's not going to be better than the first one, or it's not going to be this, not going to be that. Just give it a chance.
Hmm.
I know I'm on Alabama myself, saying I think to me I like it a little bit better than the old one. Um, to me, my favorite three characters are Carlton, Phil, and Jeffrey. So I like it. I'm all in for seeing it next week. I mean next year, next season.
Absolutely. You got any predictions for next season?
Um, I think Jeffrey's gonna kill a lot of people. Jeffrey, uh, Jeffrey's gonna kill a lot of people to get Will back. Um, I think Phil ain't gonna want is not gonna want the baby. He's gonna be like,
Ooh.
man, this is gonna cramp our style. Um, I think they may try and get Carlton and his girl back, but I think they're gonna kind of write her off the show. I don't think she's gonna fit into that dynamic. Not sure about Hillary. I'm not dead set against the idea of the daddy possibly dying, or if he goes there and saves his life or risks his life to save Will, maybe him and his mama might get back together.
Hmm.
If he don't die, they may make her look at Lou in a different light and stuff.
Mm.
So
Didn't didn't
yeah,
Will's mom ended up dating someone in the original series too?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
she
she got
did, right?
remarried. I thought she got remarried, didn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think she did. Yeah, she got remarried. So I think that, again, that's a beat that they might do in this one. I'm gonna give this series an A plus. I'm gonna give these. I think I give every episode an A plus. I enjoy it. There's nothing in this show that I'm sorry that I actually don't like. You know what I mean? Like to say, oh nah, I didn't like the way they did that, or I didn't like that. No, it keeps me invested. I really enjoy the show. It could have went that way if they did the swingers thing, but they
Mm.
didn't. So I was glad that they didn't do that. My prediction is, like I said, I think, like, Jeffrey's gonna come back, and the families are gonna get together, and they're gonna have to find a way to save Will. Um, Hopefully, they do it in a non-violent manner, right? Which is not what I'm hoping for. We'll see what happens, but I
You
definitely
don't
think.
know me, but I will look for you.
I actually think with Jazz is gonna end up dating that DA woman. I
Yep.
think he's gonna end up dating her, and I think with the stuff that's going on with Hillary, Hillary's gonna want to be with Jazz more, right? You know what I mean, for that support. Oh, Jazz, you always were there. I think that's what that little bedroom scene was foreshadowing. That they don't just have that love connect; they actually have a real connection, right?
I think
And
Jazz is gonna say no.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think.
me too. Yeah, me too. 100%. I think that Jazz is going to end up dealing with that DA woman, and I think that's going to, you know what I mean? Cuz I don't see them getting together. Maybe the final episode they might put them together, but they didn't have them together in the original series, so I
Mm.
don't think they're going
But it
to
never
go
was a
that route
love
either.
interest. I mean, he would always flirt with her, but she never gave him the time of day. That's a
One time she did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, one time she did. They went on a couple of dates, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, Jazz, this and that," and then it was like one episode, and then boom, it was back to normal after that, right? So
Yep.
yeah, so I think that that's why I think that they did that in this show. Fleshed it out a little bit more. But at the end of the day, they're both gonna go their separate ways. Hillary may, she's still young to get married anyway, so she may go off and try to fix her career, you know what I mean, and build her career back up, and Jazz is going to end up with her. So that's what I think is going to happen. And again, I thank you guys for watching. I thank everybody for coming in and doing these episodes with me. Definitely will be doing season 4 when that drops. And I hate the fact that we got to wait like a year, if
Yeah.
not two, to get the next season. I hope they don't take more than a year, but this is a great show. And I think From is starting soon, so I'm gonna try and do some reviews on that too. So if anybody's watching From, you guys make sure you check that still out. Danny, tell the people where they can find you one more time, sir.
You can find me on the Road to Wisdom on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm working on a show I'm going to upload for the night for tomorrow. Also, you can find me whenever we do these type of reviews on shows. You can find me on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hangout. On Onzo, Onzo's going off the internet. I mean, off of YouTube. So, what's up with that? And you can find me on Fridays. I'm not Fridays, but on Saturdays, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Storms Live.
Absolutely.
So, and then what are we doing this Friday? For are we doing any rankings or anything?
Yeah, we're actually gonna do James Earl Jones' best performances.
Oh, okay, I can do that. This
Yeah.
that zombie stuff or that horror stuff or that pothead stuff. I don't.
We're gonna get Donnie into some pop. Brian, where can they find you?
Hey, I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings on Mondays and Thursdays. We're 9 to midnight. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, I'll do my stuff on Dynasty Pylon. And you'll see me in like 3 minutes. So I'll do that.
Who won the jerseys?
One of our guys from Savor the Flavor. He's from Detroit.
I was looking for it.
He's Detroit. Yeah, we sent it out.
Nice.
I think we sent it out last Wednesday. So you should actually have it now.
Nice, absolutely. And then once again, thank you everybody that came in to check out the show. We will see you on the next one. Peace, love, and hair grease. And I'm gonna end it with that intro to James Earl Jones again. So I'm gonna put us out and play that and close it up. Let's go.
Real bad man, now we paper cans. We take dance into a higher rank. We spend pound and we spend franc. Jonathan new dance and a Jamaica and Frank. Yes, on the river, on the bank. Kick out the shoes because you put them to camp. Snake in the river, on the bank. Jonathan new dance and a Jamaica and Frank. Yeah, down the flank, we a go down the flank. Like a baller, we go down the flank. You're cheap, pretty young, get in your tank. But them new dance, you know we people